Welcome to Cass Cooks History National Dishes Edition, where each episode I pick a country at random and attempt to cook the national dish from scratch. Today, my randomizer is taking me to Guatemala, the most populous country in Central America with around 19 million people. They gave us chocolate, the Tikal National Park, Oscar Isaac, the chicken bus, and over 40% of the world's cardamom. They overtook India as the largest producer. The name Guatemala comes from Nahuatl, the language of the Aztecs, and roughly translates to the place of many trees. There are 37 volcanoes, 3 of which are still active, and over 40% of the population is indigenous Maya, with 22 Maya languages still spoken today alongside Spanish. And the national dish is Pepián de Pollo. So, let's make it. To make this, you will need a half cup pumpkin seeds, a half cup sesame seeds, 1 cinnamon stick, 5 tomatoes, 1 ancho chili, 1 guajillo chili, 1 onion, some stale bread or tortilla, a bunch of fresh coriander, 1 kilogram of chicken thighs, I'm using boneless, and somewhat optional but very unique, a 1/4 teaspoon of achiote, which I think is how you pronounce it, but I didn't check, sorry. Also, some optional veg which you can throw in at the end, some green beans and some potatoes. Since this sauce is a blender job, the prep required is quite simple. You want to cut the onion in half, then cut the baguette into pieces, and then cut up the chicken thighs into bite-sized pieces. I'm cutting each one into 6 pieces, and that's really all the prep there is. We can move on to the stove. Place all the chicken into a pot and season with roughly 2 teaspoons of salt. Cover with around 1.5 liters of cold water, then bring that to a gentle boil. Ideally, this should be poaching at like 80 degrees Celsius, so just shy of boiling, but who cares? Just keep it simmering for around 30 minutes and skim off any scum.
Oh my god, ew, David!
As it starts to build up. After 30 minutes, remove the chicken with a slotted spoon and set aside. And very importantly, reserve that poaching liquid, which is essentially just a broth which we'll be using in the sauce. So, what is pepian? It's one of Guatemala's oldest dishes, created by Maya-Kaqchikel people who are based in the Chimaltenango region in the Western Highlands. Before the Spanish showed up, this was a ceremonial dish. It was served at major religious and political rituals, essentially as an offering to the gods. According to Erika Sagastum, who studies Guatemalan cuisine at the University of San Carlos, the original version was built around pepitoria, which is ground toasted pumpkin seeds along with chili and tomato. The seed paste is the backbone. It thickens the sauce, it gives it that distinctive nutty flavor, and it's where the name comes from. Okay, onto the sauce. Preheat a large pan. I'm using cast iron, but anything will work. Then add in the pumpkin seeds and cinnamon. Toast, stirring occasionally until the pumpkin seeds start turning golden. Then add in the sesame seeds and keep toasting until the sesame seeds start turning golden and releasing a lot of aroma. At this point, remove from the heat and somehow process into a powder or paste, given how much fat these hold. I'm using a herb/coffee grinder, but a traditional pestle and mortar will work, and even a general blender will do a good enough job for this recipe. Then back to the stove for some more toasty time. Add in the chili, the tomatoes and the onion with the skin on. Take the chilies out once they start changing color and releasing the aroma, and continue toasting the tomatoes and onion. You want to turn so that they get as much charring as possible. I wish I did this under a grill, as I think you get much more even results. Once you achieve some charring, we can move on to the blender. Add in the tomatoes, the onion with the skin on, which just seems mental, and I had to double check the recipe, but yeah. A cup of that reserved broth, and give it an initial pulse to make some more space. Then go in with everything else, the coriander, the seeds, bread, achiote, and some more broth, and give it another spin on high until very smooth. Taste as you go and adjust with salt and broth for consistency. I ended up using all of the broth. When the Spanish arrived in the 1500s, they brought along some ingredients and the dish somewhat changed. Cinnamon and sesame seeds are both colonial additions. None of them are native to the Americas. So what you're actually making when you cook pepian is a fusion dish, pre-Columbian Maya, seed sauce technique, layered with ingredients the Spanish brought over. And that combination stuck and became the version passed down through generation, and it's essentially what we're making today. Pour this all into a pan or pot, anything that will hold it really, then bring it up to a gentle boil. Add in the cooked chicken, reduce the heat to a gentle simmer and let that cook for a further 10 to 15 minutes. And just look at that lovely colour, it really smells amazing too. This gives you the time to prep and cook any side veg you want to throw in. So I'll be boiling the potatoes and my beans. After 15 minutes, throw in the veg, stir to combine, and we are ready to plate. In 2007, Guatemala's Ministry of Culture officially declared pepian as Intangible Cultural Heritage of the nation. And it wasn't alone. 3 other pre-Columbian dishes got the same status. Kaqchikel, which is a turkey and chili broth from the Quiche Maya, Hocon, a green chicken stew from the Mam Maya, and platanos and mole. All 4 are still cooked regularly across the country at family celebrations, at All Saints' Day, and there's even a dedicated Pepian festival, the Festival Gastronómico de Pepian. Serve a massive helping into a bowl and try your best to make it look presentable by topping with some more sesame seeds and chopped coriander. Serve alongside some boiled rice and fresh avocado. And that does not look bad at all. This is a very rich sauce. The sesame and pumpkin seeds come through a lot. Almost tastes like it's made from peanut butter, the way it coats your tongue. It is very enjoyable, although I would say quite one note. I think it's missing some acidity. I was surprised no lime was included in the recipe. I would have some on the side. Also, the avocado is a bit of a strange side. The dish is already very fatty. Something fresher like a slaw or a chunky salsa would make much more sense to me. So yeah, like I said, I think the lack of acidity for me prevents this from going all the way to A tier, so I think it's going to land in B, right next to its neighbor in El Salvador. If you want to recreate any of the recipes seen in these videos, head over to my website, link in the description. Like and subscribe.